thought track leads me to something that I really like that you do, Mark, which is that is you think a lot about how to move away from this third myth, which is that picking emerging technology companies that will be successful is effectively a coin toss. And you've taught me a lot about this, and I'd love it if you'd share some of your thoughts on what that all looks like to a prospective customer.
No, that's the biggest challenge out there, I think, with emerging tech. When we talk to our customers and we start to ask them what are some of the challenges they have to adopting emerging tech, we certainly hear things like, well, it's so new, none of my folks know how to actually work with this. However, one of the things we hear quite often is it's so risky picking a startup. They might not be around in 6 months. What if they don't have a product? Well, one of the things that we've seen is certainly with companies out there that are successful in the market and they're moving along and they're wanting to use emerging technologies, the urgencies of their day jobs, finding time in your busy day to pull your head up and take a look at the startup environment is daunting. If you get a glimpse into emerging tech for enterprise IT, depending whose estimates you believe, there's somewhere between 15 and 25,000 new startups every year in that space. How exactly do you separate between them? Well, one approach is to just kind of, Google around, find a company that looks good, bring them in, kick the tires, do a POC. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, guess what? We're having duck. So that it's kind of like going to the racetrack because you got a hot tip. My Uncle Louis told me that, if you bet on horse number 6 in the sixth, never fails. Statistically, though, that's not really what you want to be doing. What you want to be doing is talking to a handicapper. And the handicapper at the racetrack is that person that watches all the horses in all the races and sets the odds, so to speak. Now, the handicapper isn't always right, but the fact is that they know a lot more about it. So one of the things that we believe Evotech's job is to be that extension to our customers' teams, where we do look at those thousands of startups, not picking the winner and saying, oh, here's the one-size-fits-all company that we recommend to all of our customers. That's not what we do. Every customer is different, and so this isn't a coin toss. This is a repeatable, predictable process that can be followed. So
one of the things I love about that approach, Mark, is there's a little bit of art and a lot of science behind it. So some of the critical success factors that we see is not necessarily are you unique in a market, but more so, how are you able to adapt to all the things that go right and all the things that go wrong when you enter the market. And so the people that are leading that effort need to be able to be agile enough to adapt a product and adapt their process and deal with all the things that come up. And I think that's the science. And then the art is separating all the things that we talked about before. Are they really just somebody that's attempting to ride a hype wave or not? I don't know. So I love it that there's an art and a science, and I think that that's really important because we don't represent anything that we feel like is a coin toss or a guess, and that's really critical. But I want to be clear, we're not always right because it's impossible to be right. I wish that we were, because then I wouldn't, I'd be racing cars every day.